Hey guys, okay. Happy Wednesday. I believe it's Wednesday. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. Days are just kind of like moved all into like one. Um, I I think it was like what was it? The end of last weekend or the beginning of the week. I just gotten over like a really rough pancreas flare, and I know I have a filter on. It's much needed. It is much needed from being down for like almost a week at this point. Um, but last week, my son had become really sick, and so on Wednesday, I decided that I was going to go and disinfect the whole house, get everything really disinfected, and I had energy, and so I went at it for like 4 hours or so, and got everything cleaned. Everything was in the washer machine. I mean, I did walls. I did everything. I was like, knit is not getting to me. It's not getting to my daughter, my granddaughter. It's not getting to anybody. I'm just gonna just get this taken care of right now. So about like 4:30 or so, I was like, you know what? I probably should lay down for a nap because with flares you get really tired, and I didn't want it to be too late because then you have trouble sleeping at night. So I was like, okay, let me lay down for a nap. And so I laid down, and when I woke up, my throat and my chest, I would say mostly my chest, and so because of it, like I kept irritating my throat, so I kept going like that kind of stuff. My chest kind of felt like it was on fire, and I thought, oh my gosh, you were just around too many chemicals for too long. It's part of that whole part of my brain where I just keep making up these excuses over and over again. It's just what I do. I don't know if anybody else does that, where you try convincing yourself you're actually not getting something or not sick with it, especially if you already have like a chronic illness. Like it's like, oh, okay, well, it's not pancreatitis. It has to be something else. It's just crazy. So I was complaining about that pretty much all of Wednesday evening. And I was just like, okay, I'm going to get up tomorrow. It's going to be perfectly fine. And I woke up Thursday shaking like you would not believe shaking. Um, Fever, just had absolutely no idea what was going on. And so my son, I mean, he was sick, but he wasn't like that sick. But I am immune compromised already. When you have chronic illnesses, unfortunately, you become more immune compromised. Plus, it's just more my diet. Like my diet is so restrictive that I'm unable to take a lot of like vitamins and fruits, some certain kind of fruits and stuff like that that would be beneficial for my body to keep my immune system up. So because of that, it makes me more immune suppressant, along with just having pancreatitis in general. So mind you, was just getting over a flare, and then this hit. So it was like a double whammy. So by Thursday, I started shaking. My son ran out and got a temperature, a thermometer, and I didn't have a temperature. I didn't have a temperature at that time, which was crazy. But I had already taken medicine, so I wasn't really surprised that it wasn't like gauging on the thermometer. But for probably about 12 hours straight, I shaked for 12 hours, which means all my muscles in my body, my arms, my legs, every little part of my body was tensing and shaking for 12 hours. I was just so emotional, and I had already peaked multiple fevers and had taken multiple medicines. At this point, I'm now feeling super nauseous. I'm prescribed a anti-nausea medicine. I took the anti-nausea medicine, but I just could not get warm at all, no matter what I did, how many blankets, how much clothes, how much medications or anything. So I decided to go to the emergency room and make sure, like, what the heck's going on here. And so I didn't even wait in the waiting room. They whipped me back right away, and my daughter had brought me. Um, and they did an EKG, what they usually do, just to make sure it wasn't anything like that, but it wasn't. And then they started to administer a IV, which I keep telling them to stop trying to use my right arm. It's a dud, but she wanted to try, and I was like, it's not a good idea. But anyways, my daughter was watching, and it looked like they kept trying to like force it into like a joint. I know it's gross, a little bit more TMI. I started screaming like get it out, because it was like, and my daughter was like then just about to pass out. She turned white. Then she became a patient next to me, in like a bed, and she was laying next to me, and they were putting like ice packs on her. Sorry guys, talking makes this a lot more difficult. So yeah, so they got her some ice packs. I was still shaking. They had given me some ibuprofen by like IV. They started an IV. It didn't help. I had like such a bad headache. It was like this wraparound headache, like right here, around my whole head. It was so bad. They gave her like a snack pack, like bag of snacks. It was funny because I was like laying there and I was shaking, like I couldn't like stop shaking. I wish I could. I was like, what can we get to stop shaking? Because this is crazy. My whole body was killing, like the back of my neck, my shoulders. Like just imagine your whole body just tensing up. It was just crazy. And they were like, well, we're gonna test you for flu A and flu B, but we can't test you for COVID because we have it here, but it's gonna have to be sent out. And so we're going to test you for that. We're going to run your blood. We're going to do all that kind of stuff. And I came back negative for that stuff. And my blood work looked okay. Now, my lipase levels for my pancreas are always really, really low because it's tanked out. And my GI knows this. Emergency room doctors don't know this. So I wasn't really concerned about like what they were going to think about my lipase levels, which is whether or not they thought I was having an acute attack or not, because it just doesn't work like that anymore. I've had just too many flares that now the levels don't go up in my system. Once you get diagnosed with chronic, it just kind of like takes away that, and you could go in with an immense amount of 10 scale pain, and the lipase levels look normal, and they'll think that you're lying. It's a thing. I've been a part of support groups. And yeah, so it sucks. But basically, they said that this is a viral upper respiratory infection and that there's not really much they could do about it. And that sucked. I'm going to be honest, it felt way worse than that. I am still recovering, and it is almost been a week. I think the shaking stopped. So that was Thursday that I went into the emergency room. I got out at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I think that the shakes stopped on Saturday. I would say that the shakes stopped, but the fevers didn't. Your cough becomes a lot more productive. And sometimes the cough is so productive that it's disgusting. And it's not bronchitis. I've had bronchitis before. It's not that. I also lost taste, not smell, but taste, because of like just the amount of congestion just having in my face, in my nose. I'm just starting to get that back. The worst thing ever is it made milk taste sour and bitter, and that turned my stomach. And so trying to get food in me that my pancreas would accept, it's been so horrible. I've lost weight again. Like I've lost way too much weight at this point. Um, I can't wait to get like all the taste buds. I've been getting up the last 2 days and just eating as much as I can, even in small portions, because it turns my stomach, but just forcing myself to eat. Because, yeah, I don't even want to go on a scale, to be honest. Um, I'm super, super thin. And, you know, and then, what was it? It was a Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night, my daughter said that her chest was on fire and that her throat was on fire. And I knew she was going to get it. And I felt so bad and so sad about it because she didn't stay around me outside of the emergency room. I kind of like kept myself away from everybody. And I felt so bad. And she definitely got it. She's still sick. She's starting to feel a little bit better. The kids seem to bounce back from it a lot quicker than I have. And my granddaughter didn't get it as of right now, as we know. It's definitely an up in the air kind of thing. And I pray she doesn't because it is rough. It is rough. You are so fatigued and sleep and fever and no appetite. You have to force yourself to eat because you have to take meds every 4 hours to keep the fever down. And it's so crazy. I really have truly not been this sick in a really, really long, long, long time. And I don't wish it upon anybody. It's really terrible. I'm still very, very fatigued. That drags on. My son's still working and he still has it, unfortunately. So I've been trying to get up and do, but what I've been doing is basically just getting up and like doing the dishes and then laying down. Taking a shower, which I just did, and then laying down. Obviously, I'm not touching any of my makeup. I went and disinfected everything a couple days ago. I had to like throw out a lot of products that I knew would be disinfected, like just be infected. A couple of them came in today so that when everybody is clear and not sick, then I can, start using those products again. But I'm just, I threw out like all my lipsticks and because I was doing makeup every single day. So I went through and threw out everything that I couldn't disinfect, basically. And just been doing a lot of laundry, blankets, pillowcases constantly. So, yeah. And then just resting as much as possible. I would say I'm getting between 2 and 4 naps a day at this point. I think yesterday I got 2 naps. Day before, probably got 2 or 3 naps. I'm just allowing myself the grace to recover and do it in my terms just because I already do have chronic illnesses. So it's like it makes it a lot more difficult. I'm not going out in public because my immune system is so compromised right now that would just not be a smart idea to do anything like that. But yeah, that's the update. And yeah, I just pray that no one gets this. Who knows what it is? Even they said it was an upper respiratory. My gosh, crazy pain. But yeah, so I hope everybody has an amazing Wednesday, and I will see you guys in my next video.